Welcome back to Muendamberi Academy, home of mathematics, biology and chemistry. So today we are going to revise this paper, Cambridge International Mathematics O-Level. So right, we are going to have this question on number 20, which is paper 1. So this will help you as Cambridge students or ZIMSEC or any a board for mathematics you do in your country. So this is on vector. So I hope you find this person helpful as preparation for your exams. So we are given a diagram here. Then there is an instruction. They are saying not to scale. So they are saying OACB is a parallelogram for which OA, the vector OA is given by 2F. So this is it. Then and OB is given by 2G. So it's OB, which is 2G. Then X is a point on AB such that AX as to XB is equal to 3 as to 1. Then find as simply as possible in terms of F and G the directional vector AB. So we want to find the solution for this question on part A. So to find the directional vector AB, right, so as we know that in vectors we make use of the triangular system. So we are moving from point A to point B. So what do? We simply say, because we don't have this vector, a straight one, so we use either this side or this side. But in this case we are going to use this side because on this side we don't have the directional vectors. So we are saying AB is given by, so the first AB is given by AO. So we start to move from A to O. So we say A, O, then plus, then from O to B, so it's OB. So OB. Remember we put the arrowheads, showing that we are moving from this point to this point, then from this point to this point. So we are now going to substitute. So for AO, so this directional vector was for from the point O to A, but right now we are opposing the arrowhead. We are going against the arrowhead. So we multiply this directional vector by a negative. So it becomes negative 2F, right? Because this showing that we are moving from point A to O. Then plus from O to B, O to B. Right now we are following the arrowhead. So simply write 2G. So we can leave it like this. So our solution, we can write minus 2F plus 2G. So that's our solution. Or we can say 2G minus 2F is the same thing. So for the part A, we are done. We can move on to a part B. It's saying the directional vector XC. But there is another information here. We have to take note of that. So they are saying X is a point on AB, right? So from A to B. So there lies a point which is X. So let's assume that our point X on line AB. So allow me to put a line here. Then after drawing this line, let's assume that point X lies on this point, right? Let's say there is point X. So we want to put this information given. They are saying AX is to XB. So these are the ratios. So it means from A to X, right? From A to X is 3 parts. Okay, as to x to b, x to b, it's one part. So these are the simplest ratios. So it means this line its full length is 4 parts. So it's divided into 3 parts and 1 part. Okay, so that's how we represent this information on the diagram. So right now we want to use the information from this diagram to answer this question. So xc from the point X to point C. So another information which is hidden is that it's a parallelogram. So a parallelogram, we know the opposite sides are equal. So this means that this side is equal to this side. So it means this side is also 2G. Okay. Then this one is also 2F because it's a parallelogram. You have to know this. So to find xc, we can say that yeah, we can say x b, this is from x to b, then plus bc, then plus bc. Okay, like this. So we can now say xb, so it's 1 over, I said that this line we can say it's 4 parts, so over 4 of the line AB. So of AB is a directional vector, so this represents xb. Then we now say plus for BC is the same as OA, which is 2F. This one is C. So right now we can say 1 over 4 of AB. We've simplified the value of AB here, so we can substitute. It's 2G minus 2F. So this is the same as minus 2F plus 2G is the same. I just still write it as this. So this gives us, if we simplify very well, 1 over 4 multiplied by 2G, we get 1 over 2 G. Then here 1 over 4 multiplied by negative 2F, we get minus 1 over 2F. So this is our solution. So we can write 1 over 2G minus 1 over 2F. So that's our solution for part B. So it's very, very important to show working even on the diagram. It helps you that you won't make any mistakes. So we move on to number 21. It's saying write as a single fraction in its simplest form. So we are given this fraction. Remember, we follow the algebraic rules. So this implies that the first thing we have to look for the lowest common multiple of these denominators, the LCM. The LCM. So the LCM for this is for this one, say 3x minus 1 by x plus 2. Okay, because there is no a close relationship between 3x minus 1 and x plus 2. So we now say this one into the LCM. So this will cancel with this one. So like this is cancelled with this one. So we will remain with this. So this one will multiply 4. So we say 4 by this x plus 2. Then we have negative 5. So this one into the LCM. So this one will cancel with this. So we remain with this. So it's 3x minus 1, like that. Then we simplify. So this is now bracket expansion. We now expand each bracket. So 4 by x, we get 4x. This 4 by 2, we get plus 8. Minus 5 by 3x, we get minus 15x. So right now we have to be very careful, because this negative will also affect the sign inside. So we are saying minus 5 by negative 1, we get plus 5, not negative 5. That's how the majority fail to answer this question. So for the numerator, we are done with the expansion. And it is advisable not to simplify or to expand the denominator. So you just leave the denominator as it is, like this. So you don't expand the denominator. So we now collect the like terms, we simplify them. Then 4x minus 15x, what do we get? We get minus 11x. Then we have got 8 plus 5, we get plus 13 over we have got 3x minus 1 and x plus 2. So yeah, this is the solution, the final solution of this question. So as a simplest fraction as a single fraction in its simplest form, yeah, this is the result. So we can say, or we can interchange 13 and 11 minus 11x, then we write it as 13 minus 11x over 3x minus 1 by x plus 2. So that was the paper, that was the questions number 20 and 21. So those were the expected solutions for this paper. I hope this will help you, especially the vector part. And here, okay, you have to take note of each and every step, and it is advisable to show all working where possible, so that you won't lose any marks. So don't forget to subscribe, share and like the video, so that you will see more videos which are coming very soon. Okay, so thank you so much.